Alright, I got a couple goals in this video. Number one, I'm going to try a couple of cheap pedals together. The Joyo Double thruster, the Sonicake Boom Ave, also powered by a Joyo power supply here. So that's pretty cool. And then another point is noise. This bass tends to get some noise through this pedal, and both of these. However, in passive mode, it goes away. Now, I had this problem with my Stingray back here, and I changed the Nordstrand pickup and got rid of the noise. I have Nordstrands here, but see, it doesn't make any sense to me that putting it in a passive will get rid of the noise and then try to blame it on the pickups, because I'm fully able to use the pickups in passive. So we're going to play around with some stuff and see maybe what the cause is, including the batteries in here. This is something I saw, and it hadn't even come into my mind that I've been using really cheap batteries, and I want to see if they could be the culprit. So let's do some testing here. And then passive. Soldering, hence the mask, but swapping from a Dollar Tree, $1.25 super heavy duty, which is not the same as alkaline, as I have learned, to an actual Energizer Max. Now, I had two of these in here, but what I'm doing is rearranging to where I currently only have one battery. This is another part of my test, is to see 9 volts versus 18 volts. We'll see how it goes. All right, we are back. We are going to First of all, I'll hit this. And then this one. That's the tone max. Check this out. Alright, I'm going to hit the tone on here. And then passive. Okay. Active. Add treble. Roll toward the neck pickup. Let's add treble on here. Mids and treble both all the way up. Wow. If there's one thing I can't stand with musical instruments, it's noise. And this was kind of driving me crazy. When I bought this bass, it came with EMGs and 18 volts setup. One battery was draining uneven from the other, so now I've got it down to 9 volts because I've got passive pickups. I had to make the conversion because wiring stuff was going on. And at one point I had a Nordstrand pickup in here that was picking up noise through the pole pieces, which, as you can see, I have swapped out for a fully enclosed pickup with no pole pieces showing. At one point I had 3 basses and they all had EMGs because that was the only way I could figure out to have absolutely no noise. So I go through a lot of measures to make sure that there's no noise from my instruments. And it's pretty interesting to do this test to see what can cause noise. And a new thing that I've learned is be careful of the 9-volt battery you put in an instrument. If it's lithium, that's fine. If it's alkaline, that's supposedly best. The payoff for your price is best for alkaline, but don't use super heavy duty because it's not the same material. See, I didn't know this. I had been using super heavy duty $1.25 batteries from Dollar Tree for a while, and I was bringing in some extra noise. A very good thing to have on hand is a little bit of this copper shielding tape. Shield under your pickup and in your cavity. Connect them with a wire. Make sure you ground everything properly. Be careful of the power that you use for any pedals. Oh, and some manufacturers have learned that they can make a really nice metal cover for pickups that helps shield from interference. DiMarzio is onto something here. It's a shame that they are the only ones, and they only have split and single coil in this relentless setup. Otherwise, I would be going back to them for Music Man shaped and soap bar shaped pickups and 5-string precision shaped. But as of the time being, this is the only one that I could actually use from them. So I'll be looking out for more of this in the future, because these are dead silent. It's passive. It's extremely loud without needing any active electronics. Let me throw out this in conclusion. EMGs are truly the only pickup that I know of that will guarantee you zero noise because it's a closed system. The pickup and the electronics and everything is wired all together and grounded together. You don't even have to bridge ground it, and it picks up very little noise from the outside environment. It's great, actually, for that. But it's, EMGs, they have a lot of flavors. You can get really good tones, but it may not be for everybody, and hence every bass I have now has an option of running passive with no battery, even if it has onboard electronics, meaning these two, the Schecter Riot and the Sterling, both have passive options. So if you want to go passive and avoid noise as much as possible, it's good to use a pickup that's fully enclosed, like this Aguilar DCB. Bartolini has been doing this for years, and from what I understand, they are some of the quietest pickups out there. I just don't really like the sound. So Aguilar now makes this DCB in a P, a J, a soap bar, and a Music Man. 2 different size soap bars, EMG size and Bartolini size. So that's a really cool thing as well. Old school style pickups have less grounding as well, meaning that I got the Nordstrand MM5.4 and it has no grounding on the pole pieces. If you get any of the blade styles from Nordstrand, they do ground the pole pieces. So I have a power blade in one bass and the Zen blades in this bass. Even if you buy Seymour Duncan Music Man pickups, they actually do ground the pole pieces. But again, this is something that you can do yourself with some copper shielding tape on the underside of the pole pieces. But I didn't have the best experience with that. I was still having some noise. So I want to try to include some examples of the noise that I was getting with the Nordstrand pickup and the Sterling, as well as my tests with the Riot right here. I lost some of the video of the noise tests with the Sterling, so I may just have audio. But even if you look back at any of my modded Sterling Stingray 5-string videos where I use the Nordstrand, there's a crackly sound. It's not like a hum. It's like a that's constantly going, even when I covered the pole pieces with electrical tape. It's an unusual sound, something I'm not used to. and I was going to try to diagnose that problem. So I swapped out the pickup and it was gone. So, you know, I want to narrow down the cause of it, preamp, pickup, you know, whatever else. And it seems that it was the pickup in this instance. Oh, and this goes without saying, but I don't use single coils in anything because of noise. The noises I'm talking about here are actually very different from single coil hum. That's a whole different thing of its own that we've avoided, but it's like there's a whole wealth of different noises that can be introduced into stuff. I also recommend you get one of these. It's a power bank that has a battery built into it. So you can run a bunch of pedals off of this without having to use house supply. Also, I use a Boss GT1B that can run on AA batteries. So that's another way to avoid some external noises that are introduced through power. I really do hope this helps somebody.